Hi everyone, this is Chauncey 78 for the Rough Cuts on Sunday. I hope you all had a great holiday weekend as well as week if you're not in the US. And today I'm going to be talking about the movie Being There from 1979. This movie was directed by Hal Ashby, who also did Harold and Maude as well as Shampoo. And it stars Peter Sellers, Shirley MacLaine, and Melvyn Douglas. This movie was actually Peter Sellers' last movie, and he had been working for about 9 years to get this movie shot. It's something that he was really, really passionate about, but at the time, or at least just before this, he was kind of box office poison. It was before his big comeback as Inspector Clouseau from the Pink Panther series, so no studios really wanted to touch him at all. For the whole Pink Panther revival, it got him back on top and it really got him footing to be able to do this. In this movie, Peter Sellers' character is named Chance, and he basically has the mental capacity of a very young child. What happens in here is that you have his benefactor, you don't know who he is. You kind of get the impression that it might be his father that died, but Chance was like an illegitimate kid, and so he doesn't know this. All I know is that Chance has been there all of his life, and his benefactor passes away. Basically, he doesn't know what's going on. Everything that he's learned has come from watching television. He's never left this house. And so when his benefactor dies, he has to go out into the world. So when he's told that he has to leave, he ventures out and he gets hit by a car. It's a town car driven by Shirley MacLaine character's chauffeur. And so then they feel terrible about hitting him, so they take him to their mansion. Because it turns out that Shirley MacLaine's character is married to a guy who's very well known in the political realm, and he's very close friends to the President of the United States. So Chance, speaking to her, he tells her that he's Chance the gardener. She mishears him as Chauncey Gardner. So from then on, he becomes Chauncey Gardner. So she's talking to him, and everything that he says is very, very simple, like you're talking to a small child. He talks about his garden, and then Shirley MacLaine's character, Douglas, he speaks to him, and they find him to be the most profound man ever, because they just interpret what he says to have a much more deeper meaning.
Well, I heard he speaks 8 languages, and on top of everything else, holds a degree in medicine as well as law.
Eventually, he becomes really good friends with the president, and so they have this conversation. The president's inspired by him, and then he even quotes him in some of his media circus speeches that he does. And it says a lot about what's going on. It's even still kind of relevant today, because the way that the media just goes crazy over some things that people say. Things can be really taken out of context. Basically, you hear what you want to hear, you see what you want to see. This movie is a perfect political satire of that.
Editors and I have been wondering if you would consider writing a book for us.
I can't write.
Of course not. Who can nowadays? I'll provide you with the very best ghostwriter, proofreaders.
I can't read.
Of course you can't. No one has the time.
Another great thing about this movie is that it was based on a book written by Jerzy Kosinski. He was actually able to write the screen adaptation of this from his novel. And so that's a privilege that not many novelists are given. And it really shows, because the integrity of this movie from the novel is really kept. It's a great collaboration on all parts. The director of photography, Caleb Deschanel, who is Zooey Deschanel's father, he did a beautiful job shooting this. Performances in it are amazing. Actually, Melvyn Douglas, he won his second Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in this role. Shirley MacLaine was also nominated, and Peter Sellers was nominated for Best Actor. However, he did not win this. He believes, as well as many others, it's due to the final credits when a bunch of outtakes were being run over the credits. So with that, it just kind of breaks the whole magic of the movie because he played the part so well. Just amazing. I think it's actually his best performance that he's ever done. And when you see the outtakes of it, yeah, the outtakes are really funny. But, you know, he was trying to get away from that. He was trying to show people that he really is a versatile and good actor and deep actor. But with the outtakes in there, it was just kind of going back to almost a slapstick comedy that he did in the past that he was trying to get away from. This film was re-released afterwards, and they actually took out some of the outtakes, actually all of the outtakes, and it's just the credits run over white noise. A lot of people think that that's a much more superior film, but when you rent this or buy the DVD, most likely you'll see it with the outtakes there. I highly recommend this movie. It's a great performance by everyone in it. Shirley MacLaine is awesome, as usual. Melvyn Douglas is great. And Peter Sellers, this is really, I think, his best performance. And it's funny. It's really funny. They even have a clip in here of Basketball Jones. I'm not sure if any of you ever watched Cheech and Chong, but that actually comes from one of the Cheech and Chong movies, this Basketball Jones segment that's just so out there and it's put in here. But I highly recommend this movie. Once again, definitely go checking it out. It's called Being There. You've got to see it. And I hope you all have a great week. Bye.